I've always loved drawing, and ever since I was tiny I was obsessed with old picture books and looking at them and copying the pictures, and then I just didn't stop drawing until I left college. I'd say just as soon as I was old enough to pick up a pencil, it was just my favourite thing to do. Hi, my name's Emily Sutton. I'm an artist and illustrator. I've been living in York and working as a freelance illustrator since 2010. In my sketchbooks, I like to go out and draw on location, so just in terms of that, I've got a family that live over in the Yorkshire Wolds, and I love the landscape over there, the hills and the dales and things. But just locally, I live in York, which has got a lot of very beautiful countryside just within walking distance of my front door, as well as really lovely parks. So that's where I sort of pick up a lot of my inspiration for illustration work, because you get to see people kind of interacting and, you know, children playing and dogs sort of being walked and things like that. I love collecting objects. I've got a huge collection of like antique toys and tins and old books and packaging. So I get a lot of inspiration from that. A lot of the aesthetic kind of feeds into my illustration work. I also love nature and animals, which is often the subject of my work. I definitely am always looking out for dogs and other creatures when I go out for my walks with my friend Mouse. So yeah, it's a very much sort of the world around me, but with a kind of slightly sentimental, nostalgic twist to it, I think. When I'm doing books, it sort of goes through several stages. So I start off with very basic thumbnails, so those are very quick. But to do a finished artwork, it depends the complexity of the image. But I would say between 1 day and a week, maybe. I've done some very involved big scale things I've been working on Castle Howard, their Christmas campaign every year, and so that's a big panoramic piece, so that will take me about a week, and then book spreads can vary a lot just depending on how much detail. I think just as you sort of change and develop your work, the older stuff you sort of look at it and all you can see is the things you'd have done differently. One of my career highlights, I guess, is a collaboration I was able to do with Michael Bond, which was really special because it was might have been the last book that he did before he died. It was called The Tales of the Castle Mice, and it was so special. I got to meet him. He invited me round to his house for tea to celebrate the publication, and we had marmalade sandwiches, and it was just a moment where I felt like, oh my goodness, this is mad but amazing. That was something I'll always remember. But yeah, I would say generally, I think the most recent piece that I've done is usually my favourite, and if it's not, then something's gone a bit wrong.